Guess who's getting some class?
I'm going to college.
Rodney Dangerfield's going back to school.
And that's what I call marine biology. Hey, boys, here's a couple of pens in case you learn how to write, okay? When I used to dream about going to college, this is the way I always pictured it.
Wait a minute, when did you dream about going to college?
When I used to fall asleep in high school.
Here's a book on sex education.
Let me see that.
The world's oldest living freshman.
Well, they left out the most important thing. Where to get it.
Say it!
Good teacher. He really seems to care. About what, I have no idea. Hey, a little something for the kids, okay? Take that, it's okay, huh?
I don't have any kids.
No, kids, we're here. Get yourself some kids. We're here. Take it all right? What a woman.
She is the teacher.
I know, I like teachers. Do something wrong, they make you do it over again. What do you say you and I have dinner tonight?
Actually, I'd like to join you, but I have class tonight.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
He's not just the big man on campus.
Hey, folks, it's on me. Shakespeare for everyone, okay? You too, honey. Ooh, I'd like to tame your shrew.
He's the wildest man on campus.
Shake it up, baby!
Say when.
Right after this drink.
Rodney Dangerfield, back to school.
Baby. Come on, I'll work it all out.
Good evening, you know me as your trusty announcer Julie. Usually this is the part where we make fun of the movie we will be watching. But this is one rare occurrence where the film is so good we won't. So sit back and enjoy some Dangerfield with Back to School. Wait. Well, I do have something to say about that ending and that old crusty Burt Young with that girl. Is this a production from TLC? Yeah, I went there. Here are your hosts DJ Valentine and Justin Polizzi.
Hello, graduates. This is the Simplistic Reviews podcast commentary on the 1986 movie Back to School. I'm DJ Valentine, and I'm joined by my cohort, Justin Polizzi. How are you doing?
Good, DJ. How are you?
How was your weekend, Justin?
My weekend is splendid. Thank you for asking.
Did you do any shopping? Did you? No, nobody cared. Nobody.
No, but I got a hand job by a
there you
homeless
go.
guy.
Nobody. This is our joke of nobody cares. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite movies, one of Justin's favorite movies. I don't know how you feel about Back to School.
This is a classic.
It's great.
I mean, not just the Dangerfield classic, but just a classic comedy in general.
Yes. I mean, I've been trying to get this on the Lambcast from like every time they say movie of the month.
I noticed.
It never gets on there. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I don't think I've ever met. This is one of those movies I don't think I've ever met somebody back to school's not that good. Like everyone's always loved this.
And it's
film.
funny because of all the Rodney Dangerfield movies, the Caddyshack he's most probably known for. But for me, my favorite Rodney Dangerfield movie is Back to School. Every single time it's Back to School. And I love Caddyshack. It's just something about, mainly because Caddyshack had like a whole bunch of shit going on.
It's a good idea though.
Oh yeah.
And at the center of attention is Dangerfield.
Rodney motherfucking Dangerfield.
Who wrote, right? Didn't he wrote the story? Came up with the story?
I believe he might have. First off.
And it's a star-studded
Oh my
cast.
God, you got fucking Iron Man in there. You got Billy fucking Zabka. You got the kid from Christine. You got Paulie from fucking Rocky. You got Danny fucking Elfman's in there somewhere. It's a great movie. And if we're going to watch it with us,
Sam Kinison.
Set your movie counter to the 0001 mark, and at the count of 3, I'm gonna hit. I'm reading it really slowly, like I'm a fucking pilot, and we're traveling at 17,000 feet. 3, 2, 1, play. And we're not playing. Hold on, play. Sorry. Edit this out. I'm looking at the Orion symbol. Good old Orion.
My childhood wrapped up in 2 seconds.
It's like Canon Films, Orion Films, Carlico.
Oh, Carlico.
I forget about this cold open here.
Oh, I love cold open. Especially in the 80s, man.
So good, man. Now, Rodney Dangerfield, probably one of my favorite comedians of all time. Mainly because he's very kitschy, but his kitschy is still smart. he makes kitschy kind of cool. I told my sister the other day, I was like, hey, Rodney Dangerfield's like great. She's like, who's Rodney Dangerfield? I get so pissed. There's the kid from Wonder Years. What the hell's his name, Justin? I forget his name.
It's funny. And everyone knows him either from the Wonder Years or Back to the Future. I know as well for Back to the Future.
What's a rerun? What's the rerun, kid?
Yeah, it's a rerun. But he just appears in like a shit ton of films. You ever notice that?
Yeah, he's everywhere.
This is like the one guy.
He was the go-to.
There.
He was the short white Samuel Jackson of his day.
I can't think of his name.
Don't worry, we'll think of it. The fact that this kid is young Rodney Dangerfield is funny.
I don't think this kid's ever aged. I think he looks the same like in every movie. He's got that Benjamin Button disease. Is this where he gets molested?
No. That's a different movie altogether.
So many people get molested. It's tough to, keep track of everything anymore. You sure he's not getting molested?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, because that looked a little...
Oh, maybe that right there?
Yeah. That looked a little too molesting. Yeah, I just like how this looks. I just love this.
This song, I think Matt had did this for Cinnamon Suds, and he said he's going to do Back to School, and I was like, please, I'm going to put the music in because it's so... I don't know. I find myself humming it.
And they did right, man. If that's what you're doing, they're doing right.
I think I like this movie more than anything because I kind of lived this. I kind of went to school and then I kind of dropped out a little bit and then I went back to school as an old man. Not as old as Rodney Dangerfield, but I was a little bit older than the people I was with. William Zabka.
Zabka. Little Photoshop there.
Photoshop before Photoshop.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
Adrian Barbeau. I mean, this is a pretty good fucking cast. Emmett Walsh is in this motherfucker. His name is Jason Hervey, by the way, the young Thornton Mellon. Ned Beatty's in this movie. I mean, and that's how I remember. It's because it's Danny Elfman, and Danny Elfman is the king of dun, 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 dun. He's the master of that. If you have a dun, dun, dun score, Danny Elfman's your
most
man.
likely Elfman. I just like how these photos are done. It's very classy. You don't see something like this anymore.
You don't see a movie start off with a picture montage for at least, and Harold Ramis produces it, for at least how long is this? Like 2 minutes?
It's going on for a while, yeah. Yeah.
Harold Ramis wrote this with 3 other people. Story by Rodney Dangerfield, who essentially was like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go back to school."
That's the idea.
That's the idea. That's all I got. Right off the bat, you love him.
Look at those eyes. You potholes?
This whole movie is essentially a vehicle for Rodney to give you great one-liners.
Now you can eat all you want.
I mean, that's a big fucking guy.
You might want to get looked at.
Now we're looking at Paulie from Rocky here. I hated him in Rocky. This is one of my little unsung. I never liked him in Rocky because he was a fuck up. But I love him in this. He's so good in this movie.
He's got that charm in this movie.
He's like Happy Hogan. Speaking of Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, he's like a little Happy Hogan to Thornton Mellon. I do that a lot. Where if I'm
tell people to hold your calls,
hold some of my calls, I get it from this movie. I say a lot of these isms. A lot of my isms come from Back to School. Now you got to watch everybody here is fat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Gee, I wonder why everyone's
here.
fat.
They got a fucking chef in the background cooking shit.
Like extremely overweight, except for the girl.
Yeah, she's kind of like stock.
She's got that
chunky.
'90s stockiness going on, where like
Yeah,
it's mostly because of the clothing. Which this is the '80s, so it's kind of odd.
Shoulder pads.
Shoulder
pads we were in. Melon Patch Kids was the greatest fucking thing ever.
See, that was before my time.
Yeah,
I never got it.
Oh man, it was a fucking phenomenon, dude. It was on fleek, as the kids say.
I had Beanie Babies and yo-yos.
They have a fucking cake. Like, they have cakes, excuse me, in the middle of this boardroom.
I'm pretty sure for breakfast, too.
They're smoking cigars. These people are going to die. All of them. Like, immediately. Jason, played by the guy from Christine. His name is, he looks horrible now, by the way.
Keith, right?
His name is, Keith Gordon. Man.
Yeah, lost the hair, huh?
Google a picture of him now. He looks like a fucking pedophile. But
he does look like a pedophile.
He looks like a pedophile.
Pretty sure he's molested somebody.
Like if you're walking on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I'd go on the other. I'd walk right into incoming traffic. I know that's not nice to say, but it's.
But he's good in this movie.
Yeah, he's good in this.
He's very good in this movie. He's essentially the straight man to Robert Downey Jr. and Rodney Dangerfield at the same time. That's very difficult. Doesn't want to tell his father that he's a towel boy, which I don't even know if they have those
anymore. No,
anymore. There's the great Billy Zabka, famous from Karate Kid, who's played two iconic douchebags.
I know he is probably one of the iconic douchebags of the '80s.
He is '80s. When you think of '80s iconic douchebag, it's Billy Zabka #1, easy.
I think I saw him in a commercial the other day. Is he in that B-Dubs commercial?
He might be.
I think I like some karate guy, and I was like, he looks familiar. I think it was him. Shit, he's doing commercials now.
The first time I've ever seen a blue limo, too. She gives great headache. Great thing about Rodney in this movie, it's not just his I don't give a fuckitude. It's the way his wife is literally stereotypical shitty wife. And he doesn't give a fuck.
But she's got giant titties.
I mean, he doesn't care. And because he doesn't care, she hates that he doesn't care.
Wants him to care.
She wants him to care, but it's Rodney. He's like, look, I got other shit to fry, man. You're my fourth wife? I don't even fucking remember. Great 80s mansion.
Look at that. Everybody dresses like shit, too.
Very racist joke by Rodney Dangerfield there, but hey.
Excuse me, sir.
See this guy? I thought you were in Tijuana. He makes a sandwich in this movie that every time I watch this movie it gets me hungry.
It looks too good.
It looks very good. It's essentially just hors d'oeuvres and bread. Weird sex scene going on here. And that is the computer.
I was going to just say that. You would know him as.
You might know him as the hologram computer from Star Trek Voyager. And he was also in First Contact. No, yes, he was in First Contact, yeah.
Robert Piccolo? Robert Piccolo or something?
Yeah.
I remember that. He was in Gremlins too, wasn't he?
This guy's everything. This guy right here was another 80s character actor that showed up everywhere. This part right here. Every time
He
the
hates
sandwich
small food.
and these people gather around him like he's essentially
like the wheel,
showing them fire.
What is this? What is he doing?
He's like fucking Prometheus. This is I mean, that looks like a good sandwich. Deviled eggs,
God, it does look good.
Meatballs.
Put your hand on this.
Put your hand right there so I can fucking cut this thing. And they're laughing. Oh, he's eating.
Look at this common
We're
folk
bulimic.
making his own sandwich.
We're so bulimic. I love this. He spits out this. He shakes his hand.
Well, he's trying to like be polite by not speaking with the food in his, and then he does that back and forth, which is so beautifully done.
So great.
He pulls out the Miller.
Pulls out the fucking Miller Lite. I mean, how could you not like Thornton Mellon? He's awesome. And his wife wants him to be. I don't even know what his wife wants.
She wants more class. Yeah. She wants him walking on his tippy toes. And that's not what he does.
No. She should have known that when she married the fucking guy. Guys, what he's from like the inner city.
Well, he worked for his money.
Work for his fucking money. She's just a gold digger here.
She just married into it. I mean, I don't care if she's Catwoman or not.
And the thing about it is, she does have an affair on him in his house at his party, and she's giving him shit. At him.
She's the one giving him shit.
Yeah, and Thornton doesn't give a fuck.
She's the sleazy one.
It kind of reminds me of the beginning of Longest Yard with
oh god,
Adam Sandler, the
newer one. Nah.
Same kind of wife. Let's talk about class. This is this is great.
Classy, isn't it?
Polaroid.
He just
kids.
has them
Those
in his
Polaroid.
pocket. Yeah, I want to see what the midget's doing over there.
I want to know what the midget was doing. Fucking Paulie unconscious. This is a great shot here. Show a little backstory. Fucking Thornton, great stunt double.
Foreshadowing.
Stunt doubles that don't exist anymore because all actors have to do their own stunts now.
Think he really did that?
Yeah, of course, Rodney. Come on. He raps. He dives. He's great. I visited my son.
That's who I want to be. I want to be him when I grow up.
God, I mean, how great would you... I mean, the ex-wife stuff just shows that it gives him motivation to get the fuck out of there. But he is, like, constant party guy. To the point where Robert Downey Jr.
You think he's party... Would you say party guy, or would you say he just likes to have fun in life?
Yeah,
I think he just likes to have fun, like making a sandwich.
He doesn't take anything serious. Yeah, he doesn't take anything serious. Grand Lakes University. That's a trivia question right there. What is the name of the university where Thornton Mellon's son goes? Great song here, by the way. I think also by Danny
I'm listening to this song.
Back to School song? Yes. I also use this in
Back
Matt's,
to School.
School. Yes, also use this. Great
Touring
song.
the soundtrack now as we speak.
Go get it. Go get it. It's a great soundtrack. Back to School. Come on. Here we go. Now, this was done in Police Academy. If you remember, one of our Police Academy films were...
The good one or the bad one?
Mahoney sends what's his name? Shirley? What's the name of the Police Academy member that was named after a woman to the commandant's house and walks into the commandant's wife. Now, Rodney kind of does the same thing. He walks into a female sorority looking for his son. But it's the same joke. But watch Rodney take the joke one step further. And this is why I love Rodney Dangerfield. He'll take a joke that you've seen a million times. A little nudity there. And here comes the great Rodney. You're perfect. It's
perfect.
That's great Rodney. And okay, let's take a shot every time Rodney Dangerfield just throws an absorbent amount of money to a random stranger.
I'm doing that.
I mean, good God. It happens like 7 times in this movie.
This is how he paid the actors in the movie.
Yeah, he's paying them right there. That's his paycheck. And here is the great Robert Downey motherfucking Jr. dressed like Liberace.
I know. That just amazes me.
That's Iron Man, folks. Iron Man.
He's got fucking blue and red in his hair.
I mean, he's great. The thing about Robert Downey Jr. that I've loved here and I've loved now is that he's always entertaining. Even if it's in a bad movie, I'm not saying this is a bad movie, but if you just focus on him, he makes good things that are probably things that could just be.
Yeah, even when he looks ridiculous, as we speak.
I mean, he looks like this role he's playing could have just been the boring friend role, but it's Robert Downey Jr. and he gets along with Paulie's or Lou as I call him Paulie. Does he kind of gives his son shit here, but he loves him so much.
Well, explain it. Ah, great. That explains it.
He doesn't really.
God, he's the ultimate father everybody wants.
Yes, if your dad is fucking Rodney Dangerfield from
with
back
money,
to school, you're gonna have a pretty good life.
Shit ton of money.
Here comes Danny Elfman again.
I know. Edward
as
running down.
As I realize now, I think Danny Elfman has been playing the soundtrack to my life, and I haven't noticed. The Pee Wee Herman soundtrack, the Beetlejuice soundtrack, the Batman soundtrack, the Back to School soundtrack. It's just like he's all over the place.
He's. I'd like it to see him to try a different type of.
Well, he did 50 Shades of Grey. Is that what you're
see, I never
about?
saw that film, so.
He did Good Will Hunting, which is odd, and nobody really remembers that.
Well, that's probably why he doesn't really change it up once in a while. You kind of feel bad for him right here. He's got one friend, nobody likes him. And
there's something going on in this movie where
know?
you kind of can focus on the slapstick of it, but there's a good father-son thing going on in this movie.
It's a good Father's Day film.
1, 3. It's a top 3. What are you worried about? Yeah, I would say this is probably. I mean, this is my favorite college film. I mean, most people say Old School or you'd say Animal House. You know, I it's always Back to School for me. I don't know what it is. It's probably because I was Rodney Dangerfield. I was that character.
Were you a melon?
I was a melon. I was a melon.
It's a good of a father he is.
Yeah, he's like, well, you know what, fuck it. Because the thing about this room, nobody tells Thornton Mellon no. He's essentially like, well, fuck it. And I think his son kind of like, in an effort trying not to be like his dad, I guess to be his own man, forgot that. Like, hey, look, you're a fucking melon. Do what the fuck you want. I'm so fucking rich.
Because he never had that when he grew up.
No. He uses his money in a way where we would use our money the same way.
Yeah.
We get caught in a sorority house with naked women underage. We just pay the police off.
Go.
Come on. Here you go.
Some Dunkin' Donut gift cards.
Ned fucking Beatty here. As his name, Dean Martin. Kids, Dean Martin was a actual.
Hello.
Part of the Rat Pack.
I'd like to see him. He's still alive, and you don't really get to see him in any. Like the last film I ever saw him, Beatty in was Shooter.
Beatty? Oh, he was in Shooter.
I would love to see him in more roles. He's fantastic in every role he's in. I don't really think there's a movie in there I'm like, fucking, what's he doing?
And what does Thornton do to get, what he wants?
Throw money.
He throws money at it. So that's number 2. You've seen 2 times. He's throwing money at a problem. Here comes the movie's villain. That makes Billy Zabka look kind of tame in this movie. Is his name Howard? I think it's Howard, right? I can't. Right? I'm just.
He is a dick in this movie.
I mean, penis. Every British stereotype you can think of is thrown at this guy. Fucking Lou just smoking a cigar. Fuck this.
Philip.
Fuck the ceremony.
Philip?
Is it
Philip,
Bill?
right?
Phil? Philip. That's
You know what his real name is?
What? Rodney.
Rodney Dangerfield.
That'd be funny.
Paxton Whitehead.
Oh God! Get the fuck out of here. If you told me, come up with a British cliche name, it'd be Paxton Whitehead.
Does that sound made up or what?
Yes, he's a porn star.
He hasn't really done anything in a while.
No,
I remember him from this. This is really what I remember him from.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else.
Believe it or not, he was in. He was on the Drew Carey show. He was Mad About You. Apparently, he was in Mad About You for a few episodes. Nobody watched that show.
Yeah, Paul Reiser didn't even watch the show. He was on it for fucking long.
Oof. You feel that? Feel the dicknish?
Now, Thornton Mellon is kind of. Who would you compare him to in real life? Is he like Paul Allen? It's like it's.
Paul
I'm trying to think of like who's this age's Thornton Mellon? Crazy rich guy that doesn't give a shit. Jerry Jones from the Cowboys.
He's not a dick. Like he's
not a dick though. No, he's kind of like he's a dick to this guy, but this
he
guy's
deserved
a dick.
it,
So
and it
it's
was an
like,
accent.
Yeah. Mark Cuban? I don't know.
I could see Mark Cuban.
Little Mark.
He
Cuban
kind of throws his money around and has that smogness,
again,
right?
We're seeing Iron Man with the.
I know, right? This is. He is like a Tony Stark, man. He's got that money and he likes to tell people what he feels.
I like to think in this movie his real name is Tony, and this is how Tony Stark.
I'm gonna stick with that. I just can't get over that hair.
That is amazing.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
This guy's a superhero, folks. One of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. And this is one of the other things you never see anymore. The girl who is in love with this guy, and this is the age of Tom Cruise, is 18 feet taller than him. You never see that. They're usually the same height as a shorter girl, but they make a point to show how tall this girl is to him. He's like a little kid.
Should have gave him like special shoes or something like that.
Yeah,
throw
Tom
a phone
Cruise
book under.
Kids,
what a phone book used to be.
Tom Cruise is not allowed this to happen. He like, look, how tall is the girl that's going to play opposite me? Is she shorter than me? Fine, we can cast her.
She was in Star Trek too, wasn't she? She was in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Ooh. So we got two fucking Star Trek characters showing up in this movie already. I mean, look how tall she is to this guy. I don't know if that means that she's really
5'11".
short. Oh, okay. So she's
yeah.
like a model then.
Let's see how tall this guy is.
He's got to be like 5'8", 5'7".
This guy's like 5'2".
Robert Downey Jr. also not very 5'8". Yeah. Because he's about the same height as Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is like 5'8". His hair makes him 5'10".
Hair. Wow. Look at those eyes. Look at the killer eyes.
Civil War. Civil War. That's Captain America talking to Iron Man right there. He is kind of like the Captain America. Blonde hair,
this is the Avengers in high like I want to say high school, not college, but I'm going to go with high school, even though they're in college.
The Age of Melon.
That would be cool to see.
Oh, hell yeah. I would love Robert Downey Jr. as fucking Ultron. That'd be awesome. Which, this joke still works, by the way.
It could still, yeah.
It could still work.
This is true. If you ever go to college and have to get books or anything,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pain in your
This
ass.
is before. This is kind of before the internet too. So
But even still,
way
now
before
it's
the
like
internet.
5-hour wait.
Jeez.
$6,000 later.
Get these guys new books.
There you go.
Shakespeare
I gotta
on
take a
me.
shot
This
now.
is another.
Do I have to take 2 shots with a credit card, or is it still just 1 shot?
I don't know. When he says Shakespeare on me, I lose it every time.
Some of these fuzzballs.
Shakespeare for everyone.
Like,
That's-
everyone knows what that means. You got the dick in the back there going.
I like to tame your shrew. He's just on. He's essentially like his. If he had a switch, it's on full blast or not at all. And she understands him right off the bat. He's just having fun. I'm a dick. I'm a British.
Pompous.
I mean, essentially every cliche. Now this is a great scene
Now when
here,
he's
where he
blowing out the
essentially
side of the room
I mean,
and making it bigger and painting. And
he essentially knocked down 3 walls and made it 1 room out of it, which is fucking awesome. I mean, dude.
this is fantastic. I'm surprised how
So
fast.
how many
he
times
did
have you
that.
thrown? How many times has he thrown money at a problem? 4 times? 5
I don't know,
times?
I'm feeling like, yeah.
Justin's
All right.
drunk.
We're only, my God, we're only less than a half hour. These classes can be a real inconvenience. Like I love how under this guy's nails, he is.
And from the word go, he's against it. He's pissed off that he bought a building to get into school. And he's just gonna and you think about it now, old people go to school all the time. Like, it's not even a fucking big deal anymore.
You think this was maybe
Back in the day.
more of a time period of older people going to college?
I guess so. Maybe this was
Because I don't
new.
really remember that many. I'm trying to think of films and stuff of colleges where older people were there. I think it's more
Older people
common
were there.
now
I mean,
than maybe then.
Yeah, because I mean, that's why I laugh at it.
This
Like, it
movie
seemed
broke
like it was-
grounds for a lot of older people.
No, I like this. This is essentially a businessman, an actual businessman, lecturing a guy who's, this is like when we were in film class, Justin, and fucking Spielberg just came in there. It was like, look, you can talk about all this shooting all you want, but look, it cost us $18,000 to fucking use the fucking camera here, and da-da-da-da. It's essentially the same. I'm in the real fucking
Best thing
world
you
of
could do is
business.
go
You're
on the
talking about
black
it.
market, sell a kidney.
I can call a fucking guy. I call David Fincher. He'll fly in over his fucking whatchamacallit. We can use this fucking camera for free.
Flinchmobile is what we call it.
I love it when the students start taking notes by what
say,
he's
yeah.
saying.
Tables just turned.
Because he's an actual businessman, where this guy is a teacher talking about how business works. This is where this fantasy land line. It's just great.
Oh, really? Here you go. That's when they start taking.
Bribing, which is against the law, but it happens all the time. All true, by the way. I've worked a little construction in my day. A lot of this is very accurate. A lot of this is very accurate.
Melon is under his nails.
He hates him.
And then he gets the girl.
How about Fantasyland? It's just a fucking dismissive fucking line.
We did a lot of that in college, too. We got some dirty looks.
We shit on a lot of convention.
Yeah.
What's your conventional way to do this? Fuck that. We'll do it our way. He's wearing a fucking a blazer to class. That's the 80s, man. You don't ever wear who fucking wears blazers? And there's a lot of people who are in blazers.
I don't think I've seen one thing anyone's wearing that I go,
oh, we got to pause the movie right here because here comes the great Sam Kinison. Kids, if you don't know who Sam Kinison is, slap yourself.
YouTube it right now.
He is maybe one of the greatest fucking comedians of all time. And he's in a room with another one of the greatest comedians of all time. Died way too soon.
Fantastic scene.
Way ahead of his time, it was Sam Kinison. There would be no Dennis Leary without Sam Kinison. Dennis Leary is essentially cribbing Sam Kinison's act.
Look at that hair.
Oh, God, feathered. And watch Sam's face here. It's so good.
Is she right?
Is she right?
That's the popular version that went on there.
It's so good.
You can't do that nowadays.
You can't do that now. Anyway,
can't even say rice patties.
If you don't know Sam Kinison,
say rice patties,
you're done. 99% of Sam Kinison's act is that, and it's fucking amazing. He can go for 2 hours like that.
Everyone's sweating in the back.
Love this. Rice eaters.
The Great Walter.
I like you. See, now, I would love a teacher like Sam
It's
Kinison.
so honest.
He's not bullshitting.
Unlike the other teacher.
But yes.
Who is bullshitting.
But yeah, this movie introduced me to Sam Kinison. I didn't know anything about Sam Kinison until I saw this movie when I was little.
Of what? I have no idea.
My favorite Rodney Dangerfield line of all time right there. A really good teacher. Really seems to care.
What? I don't know.
No idea. Great line. But Sam Kinison, I keep harping on. Such a great comedian. Overlooked nowadays. Nobody even fucking knows who the hell he is. He was one of the greats. Giving away pens. He's always like greeting a room. He's always like, hey, call my secretary. Hey, what's going on? Maitre d' at all times.
I like how he flows between classrooms. And it like shows you the characters. And I just love how this film's put together.
Yeah, man. Imagine a class with a cold open where a teacher essentially does phone sex to you.
Dick sucking lips of hers. He's smitten.
It's her reading a poem about fucking, essentially. It's just like
he goes back in.
I couldn't blame him. I mean, she's reading some
hot,
really
heavy shit, man. I don't know the fuck she's wearing, but yeah.
It's kind of a hippie teacher.
Oh, yeah. Shows a big penis on the board.
I want you to take notes on this class. Big dick.
Look how fucking small she's writing.
It's like a 7,000.
You're in the second row. You can't fucking see anything.
Yeah, I need the spec. It's the Indiana Jones boat.
It is the Indiana.
Last Crusade.
It's got a random.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Now that's a joke if you know poetry. James Joyce is the person he's. She's my favorite writer. Very good joke there. Goes over a lot of people's heads.
Look who's looking on.
Fucking Sherlock Holmes. We had a movie with two Sherlocks on it. One guy that looks like Sherlock. One guy who played Sherlock. Twice.
He drives like the Sherlock car.
He drives the Sherlock Holmes car. He's fucking Sherlock Holmes. Rathbone. Something Rathbone. What's the name? The original Sherlock Holmes? Daniel Rathbone? I fucking can't remember. She got the fucking Indiana Jones hat on. Because we've already seen the boat.
That does look like a Nazi automobile.
It does. He look. It's the fucking automobile the Nazis had in Last Crusade. There's like 3 Last Crusade things in this fucking movie.
What is going on?
What movie are we in? Look at the balance sheet. What a pickup line.
He just wants to get his dick sucked. That's all he wants.
I don't even know if you want to get his.
Well, she's like, I want to be romantic. You know, she wants all that romance, and he's just like, come on.
Now I have to admit, when I went to Florida State, I did this.
Walked in a robe.
I went to class.
Did you really? You're allowed to, aren't you? People look at you.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit. I was doing a lot of drugs back then, Justin.
Were you really? What kind of drugs were you doing?
You know, a little this, a little that.
Oh.
Speaking of drugs, this is Robert Downey Jr. With the Star-Lord headphones on, by the way.
There's a connection there.
Saw those? Little connection there.
I'd like to jump off of this.
One of the most famous things from
Break
this
my
movie
neck.
is the diving scenes. Not them in particular, but one in particular.
Yeah.
You say it, they know what movie you're talking about.
Gee, I wonder if that really is him.
I love the fake wig.
The stunt devil.
But it'd be awesome if that your dad, who's like 80, is like the baddest diver ever, and he's rich as fuck, and he loves the hell out of you.
All around badass.
He's a badass. Everything he does, he succeeds at.
Not bad at all.
Fucking Emmett Walsh just fucking watching you, just like, hey.
When is Emmett Walsh not watching anybody?
He's always
such a fucking creep, that guy.
I think he's right over there. He's right behind me.
The guy's still alive.
Yeah, of course.
He's always watching you, though.
I have to watch everything. He's Uatu from fucking Marvel Comics.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not go to Atlantic City and jump into the water.
You'll die horribly.
It's maybe 1% water if you're lucky. Water isn't supposed to be black. Kids, if your water's black, do not touch it.
the first name drop of the Triple Lindy, which is one of the most famous things from this movie, is that line, Triple Lindy.
Is that a real thing, or is that just made up?
I don't know. I think
sounds like it's made up, but it could be real.
I remember hearing somewhere where somebody did this tried to do the Triple Lindy for real. I don't know if it was like a Funny or Die thing.
I wonder how this came to be the sport. You think this is something Dangerfield actually was into or did, or?
I mean, if it's coming from, or maybe Harold Ramis, because he was one of the writers.
Because it would be funny if maybe Dangerfield did this. I could see. Yeah, but at the same time, he seems very knowledgeable.
No, he knows. I mean,
I kind of wonder what the backstory behind that is.
I could see it as a story Dangerfield knew, like my uncle was a really good diver or something like that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll make that your thing."
What the fuck is he wearing?
It's Robert Downey Jr. He's amazing.
He got vagina at any point in college. Wearing that, like, anytime we watch an '80s, like,
you know why he got vagina, Justin? You want to know why? Because he was the hookup,
right? Well, for the drugs. But
that's how you get the vagina.
He was wearing a fucking rocket through his head.
As long as the powder's still white, he was banging in the '80s. My friend.
Was that Captain Canada in the back there? Did you see that? Guy with the big Canadian leaf, it looked like on his shirt.
Fucking Vindicator, fucking Alpha Flight is walking behind there. Again, they shoot, and they even shoot him smaller than her, which is weird.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Usually, you flip it around.
Kid. They low angle him or her, and they high angle him, which is weird.
I don't think they cared.
I know he's sitting down, but it's just weird.
They cared about that.
I didn't give
Maybe they didn't realize it because it's fucking noticeable when you watch it.
I guess what Woody Allen
his fucking ears are bigger than her.
Keaton. Great scene coming up. Fucking Lou, who's just he looks like a degenerate.
Lovely girls. I don't trust girls that wear sweaters like that.
Now, you got to think about what's happening here. How old do you think Rodney Dangerfield is when this movie came out? 60? 50? Late 50s? Early 60s?
Mid to late 50s.
And these girls are got to be, what, 20?
Tops 20.
20 tops? This is where Danny Elfman makes his little cameo appearance here? No, this is
that's later at the party, right?
The Oingo Boingo shows up. Composer Danny Elfman was the head singer for a band called Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, no one ever heard of it.
Nobody ever heard of it.
But he made a shit ton of money from The Simpsons.
Yes. The Simpsons, Batman, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, anything Tim Burton's ever done. Spider-Man.
He married a Fonda.
Oh, is it Bridget? Oh, God. He's kind of suave. I mean, it's funny because he doesn't play a nerd, really. He just kind of plays like a regular guy. Usually,
he plays a regular guy that's maybe a bit lonely. You know?
He's not
quiet.
No, he's not like Peter Parker. He's like just a regular guy. He's not overly smart or overly, Rodney going nuts here.
It's gonna have a heart attack.
I thought he was. I mean, this is like every time I watch this scene, I feel worse.
Like the Tommy Boy scene. I'm amazed that guy's still alive.
Yeah.
Think he got around? You think Dangerfield got around?
Oh, come on.
Got the women?
If there's one thing that translates to this movie is that Rodney Dangerfield knows how to have a good time, and he's super. Don't take that no respect thing all the way. He was super confident.
And I've always heard people say how nice he was though.
Yes.
Like in real life, like he just was all around a nice guy.
if you want to see a weirder Rodney Dangerfield, watch him in Natural Born Killers. Weird Rodney Dangerfield. What are you doing here?
It's a shame his career started off late.
Yeah, man. Now, this is one of the greater little Zapka action.
With the fucking sunglasses.
Zapka's like kind of in this movie. He's in this movie, but he's kind of not. He's just kind of there. Derek Lutz. I think I'm going to tweet Robert Downey Jr. later tonight. I'm just going to, hey, Derek Lutz, what's going on?
He'll text you back, fuck you. It's Tony Stark.
It's Tony fucking Stark. But I'd be like, dude, if I was Robert Downey Jr., I would love this movie. I would love to be recognized for this movie. Because he seems like he's having a blast. He's not like...
He does, but I don't think he likes to talk about, like...
Old
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know.
Drug years
Yeah,
shit.
there's like two parts to his life, and that first part he just seems to want to skip over.
I don't want to be the
Which
fucking
I can understand.
British interview.
Oh, yeah.
Freaks out on.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, no. Look at fucking Lou. Now, again, Lou, about 50, 60 years old, beats up on a bunch of children.
Well, they are in a bar, so legally...
Yeah, that's true.
He could probably hit them.
Iron Man takes out 3 people. Iron Man in a fight scene, folks.
He's crawling on the floor.
I mean, and look, Billy Zabka not in the fight. He's just hanging around this movie. Love this
Grabbing
shot
the
right here.
beer.
Get the fuck off me. Love this shot. I mean,
Where is he?
who? Lou? I mean, that kid's
Yeah,
dead,
his
right?
head
He
went
killed
through a
that kid.
jukebox.
Lou murdered a man.
Yeah, that's... I don't remember that.
I remember that. I remember Lou killing somebody.
That's kind of graphic. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure there was a lot of blood right there, actually.
Great line here. Might lose his trigger finger, which is what
I want the
Great
prequel
line.
to this movie. We're fucking
this young Rodney,
Lou
young
shooting
Lou, that's
people.
getting.
National born killers.
Great Gatsby, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Carey McMullen. Mulligan, whatever her fucking name is.
I like a Mullins.
Great.
Ooh.
You know what's funny? They kind of do this movie like a high school movie because they don't really ask. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I never went to a school, or when I went to school, they didn't ask like direct questions to students. Usually it's lectures. It's like I'm gonna talk.
Yeah,
ask questions,
I think
but
college
fucking-
it was mostly. This is what I'm telling you. You either get it or you don't. And if you fail, then you have to give us more money. Or high school's like asking questions just to pass time.
I mean, you don't know what I'm asking yet because this is the second day of school. So what the fuck?
What penmanship? It's like the oldest thing you could possibly say in your life. Like, so that's how old you know you are when you're looking at their penmanship. I like the way of her T's are crossed.
Your T's are crossed,
So
and your
beautiful.
J's are dotted. It's
It
amazing.
matches the dots of her eyes.
You know what's great about he signed a because the wife cheated on him, she doesn't get any of his money, right? Oh, see, that was smart. I was like, did he just go through a divorce and now he's like, did he lose half of his fortune? No, he didn't lose shit because she was fucking around on him.
Yeah, he probably gave her something because he seems like the nice guy where he's like, just sign it, just take this and leave.
Get the fuck out.
It's interesting though, he hasn't used any of his money to like get the girl yet.
What did the Kingpin say in Daredevil? Any woman you can buy is not a woman worth having. See?
You think they got that from
Daredevil?
Back to School?
Vincent D'Onofrio saw this. Is like, I'm gonna take that to heart.
Can't wait till that show comes back.
Oh, come on. It's great. She's kind of like a hot... She's like a gilf looking lady, right?
Like a grandmom you like to fuck?
Yeah, because she's not 30s. She look, at least the way she looks, she looks like she's like late 40s.
Yeah.
But you would hit that. I'd hit that.
Now or
Not
then?
Now. She's probably like... now she's probably the great gilf. A gigagilf. Great grandmother.
She was on the original Star Trek.
She
was? There's a lot of Star Trek.
There's a whole fucking Star Trek cast. Get the cast of Star Trek in here. She kind of reminds me of Jane Lynch a little bit. Like if I was redoing this now, well, no, you probably can't. Who are you gonna get to play Rodney Dangerfield? You gotta find like an
Somebody
older,
thick too. Yeah, you want
really fun comedian. Because I mean, Louis C.K. is not confident, and like
I'd go with like John Goodman or something probably.
Ooh, Goodman. Maybe Big Lebowski aged John Goodman. Not now. Goodman's old. Dude.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of. You can't find another Rodney Dangerfield right now.
I don't really think of anyone. I would have to probably just be an actor, honestly.
You'd have to go completely off book.
Yeah. And
you'd have to get somebody who can just carry a movie just by their pure presence of being
that said,
which you don't have great comedians like that right now. Like if you say Conan O'Brien doing this, it's like no, Conan O'Brien's self-deprecating. He doesn't have, he doesn't do the super confident thing. If he does, it's so like you can tell he's joking that he's being confident, where he's not.
That's a really good question, though. That you pose.
Who is this generation's Rodney Dangerfield?
I don't know. If you're looking for somebody to fill in the role, weren't you asking about filling in the role?
Yeah, right. yeah. Because I'm starting from the top.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's no one I can really think of. I would rather have somebody like that kind of.
You go
fills
actor,
them. Yeah, I'd go more actor. As far as who can measure him as comedic, I just can't. It's a different time period nowadays. Comedy's completely different.
Yeah, nobody does that kind of comedy. Nobody does. It's almost like pun humor, but it's different. Joel McHale. I mean, I don't even know who you go to for this.
Honestly, the only person I can think of would be like Louis C.K. to do the role, but at the same time, he's different. Like he doesn't have that.
He's a different.
Yeah, but he's like the only one that really.
Would you go Will Ferrell? Because I kind of did it with Old School, but he's
not really
not the same. He's like Will Ferrell is funny.
That's the point, though, right? Is that his Dangerfield was so unique that you can't even years later compare him.
Yeah, because like, the thing about Will Ferrell or Rodney is that he's funny, but you like he's like fun. Like you just want to hang out with the guy. Will Ferrell's usually does a character.
Yeah, and
Rodney Dangerfield's not really doing a character. He's just playing himself.
And he's got those zingers that just hit you.
Yeah,
I don't really think of any other person nowadays that has those zingers that he can just throw out like it's nothing, and make you fall to the ground laughing. Look at that giant! There's a giant toothbrush in the back.
Why every time we do an 80s movie, Justin, there's something weird?
It's fucking strange. I don't know. Who wants a toothbrush bigger than themselves? It's bigger than fucking sun. Look at that.
What was the one that was in Nobody's Perfect that was weird? Was it a bunny or some shit?
Well, there was the baby oil.
Baby oil, yeah, that was
kept
the baby
moving
oil.
around. This is really, you don't get fathers like this. This is like a classic father. It's like, you know what, we're gonna have a party. I'm proud of you, son. Nowadays you get like,
the only thing is that the way he got him on the diving team is the only ungenuine thing. But he's coming from a warm place where he's like, look, my son wants to be in the diving team, but he can't. So my son ain't going to be told no.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him on the fucking diving team.
I'll buy him the stadium.
Yeah. Is this Kurt Vonnegut's cameo here? Yes, it is. The writer of Cat's Cradle and I think Fahrenheit 451.
Dog.
This is how Planet of the Apes started. Rodney Dangerfield.
This is how Planet of the Apes started. Oh, I am concerned. Oh.
He's the reason. You blew it up.
No.
This guy's in a different fucking movie, this guy. You know how dangerous it is to keep 3 chimps unchained in a room with Rodney Dangerfield? Those chimps could have fucking murdered him. Ripped his goddamn arms off.
This is very awkward.
You would never know.
I'll be back in a few hours. You have fun with these
chimps. Comes back, Rodney Dangerfield's missing his head.
How do you know?
I'm going to leave you in this room with these chimps without any formal training whatsoever.
They probably have a weapon somewhere.
Yeah. These things could literally kill him and get out. What is the safety precautions of here? Rise of the Planet of the Apes, they had them in fucking cages with trainers and fucking ropes.
Oh, thanks.
Great double take there. What?
Eat fucking pizza.
I mean, what did he expect? I'm going to leave you in a room. You're not a zoologist. You're nothing. I'm going to leave you with 3 wild fucking animals.
It is somewhat of a... It's a wasted scene, I think. Like, it's unneeded. But at the same time, it's a great image of Dangerfield eating pizza with
3 fucking monkeys.
With sunglasses on.
It's
a great...
Where'd he get sunglasses?
It's a great... I don't know. It's like he went out and just bought them for him.
And this is Mrs. Poole, or what's her name from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
You're fucked, sir.
I love the son here, who's trying not to... It's so good. He's dying. His laughing makes me laugh every time. Great character actress. Maybe one of the funniest exchanges is in... what would you say it's her in Ferris Bueller, or is it Planes, Trains?
Yeah.
Planes, Trains, right?
Without a doubt.
Steve Martin. Take this down. This is kind of gangster. I give it to Sherlock here. You will
but
never,
think about all the students in this room. They're like, what the fuck? Is this guy serious?
And it's funny because you can now do this and there would be no problem. You can send people to take notes for you. They actually, you can pay people to do it in school, legitimately.
Yeah, I mean, attendance really doesn't matter. It's just if you pass the final.
No, it's just get the notes and pass the final. That's it. That's what I ask for your ID card. That's all you need. Feels a little light.
Let's see.
He runs going to college like a business.
Well, that's what he knows.
Yeah. Off season.
The Hooters, huh?
That's another trivia question. What is the mascot of the fucking Great Lakes College?
The Kinnison scene, there's that girl in the back that's wearing a Hooters shirt.
Well, it's like they got South Carolina Gamecocks. Hooters ain't too far off.
Yeah, but I'm saying because of the restaurant.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just trying to think of what is a worse mascot to have as a
The
college.
Beavers.
I know they have the banana slug shit over in fucking what the hell's the name of that city? Is it Santa Fe? Some schools called the banana slugs.
The penises.
Okay, when you go that far, Jay.
I don't think this is a good school name. What's wrong with the penises?
What's wrong with the
Well,
penises?
I mean, even if we call it a cox, at least we could say it's a,
it's a
fucking
chicken or
rooster
something.
or whatever. Penises is clearly a penis.
They never shoot them at the same. I mean, it's ridiculous every time.
And she's always at another level.
They're amplifying.
They're not even on the same plane field.
Her height
Yeah,
over
no.
him.
They're not even. They clearly are doing it on purpose.
They have to be. It's
If she
ridiculous.
if she walked a foot over, she would be somewhat closer to him.
She looks like a fucking giant. It's like he's talking to the 50-foot woman or some shit.
She's in love with him. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's one of the. You never really see this. The girl likes him from the on because you usually see it's the
from the
nerdy
beginning.
kid trying to get the attention of the hot chick that everybody loves. But it's kind of a weird dynamic.
It is kind of strange. It is.
He's not nerdy. She's not. She's interested in him right away. Zapka's not really in the way. I guess he's kind of in the way, but he's not really in the way.
Yeah, he's not really. He's not threatening to take her away.
And what Zapka says to him there is not real. It's like kind of the truth. It's like, hey, your father bought your way on the fucking team.
It is true. Yeah, it's
Yeah, he's not like he's.
not shitting on him for no reason.
I mean, compare this Zapka to the Zapka in Karate Kid, where he was
He was a
beating the shit
douchebag.
out of
Yeah,
Ralph
he was a
Macchio.
complete douchebag in that movie.
Here he's kind of like that, just an asshole.
How high you think she is in this? This movie, she
movie?
seems like
How
she's
much
always
crime?
high.
She's popping Quaaludes like fucking Tic Tacs.
You ever use that line? I
Remember
might have
I
used
don't
that line
know.
once or twice.
Bring
We
him
might
along,
need some
you make me
mice.
run out of line. I'm gonna start bringing back hold some of my
Yeah.
calls. I'm just doing that.
You know what line I say a lot? It's from Batman Returns. Can you?
Shut up! You're going
Nah.
to jail.
That's like I always say that's the greatest Batman line, but there's another line in there that I always say like almost every day. Something that goes wrong, I'll say it. He's in a car right after the Penguin. The Penguin controls the car, the Batmobile, and then he stops it from him controlling it, and then the cops are following him, and he's going toward that enclosure between the two buildings, and he hits that switch.
Splits the
Yeah,
car
and it doesn't
into
work,
threes.
and he's getting closer and closer, and he's like, "Oh, now I'm worried." Now I'm worried.
What a random.
I know.
quote from Batman.
And then he hits it like really forcefully, and then it like comes off. But I don't know, something about that line. If I just smell like milk or something like that, I'm like, now I'm worried.
Batman's never worried. What a weird party.
This would be a great. And it's weird because you never see him with her. This is like the first time they're together.
Yeah, if you're not really paying
They're-
attention, it seems like they have
No, they
connection
like. I don't even
whatsoever.
think they've barely talked.
Who wants to have a caveman party? I mean, this is like a weird themed party. And this party's kind of whack. And now you're going to see Rodney Dangerfield's party, and it's going to be going
Bumping.
off. And the greatest part to show it's going off is the fucking cops are delivering beer. When you know your party's the shit. When the police department is fucking chauffeur, there's Danny Elfman, chauffeuring your alcohol. Oingo Boingo right there. An actual band with the movie's composer, Danny Elfman, who not everybody just thinks of for Batman and Spider-Man, but he is been a musician for a very long time.
Yeah, that was actually a well-known band. Honestly, it's not like he made a good decision in his career.
Oh yeah. He's way more. I mean,
yeah.
Guy's got Oscar.
But it wasn't like a band that no one ever heard of.
Look at this is Robert Downey Jr., folks.
He did Age of Ultron and we got Robert Downey Jr. in this movie.
Imagine he would have done that in fucking the lab with Bruce Banner. Trying to get Bruce Banner to cheer up. Cheer up, Bruce. Here, maybe this will cheer you up.
See, now he's upset because he's not doing it on his own.
Yeah. Now he's being an asshole. I mean, this guy never... That's a fucking... Dude, that would get you shot. There's still a beer in
He's more of an asshole than the actual asshole in the film right there.
And the asshole in the movie. And there comes Sherlock Holmes in the fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark fucking...
Car. Nazi.
In Belloc's car. Great line here by this guy. He is fucked up. The whole world is there.
It's the best thing that's ever happened in my whole life.
He just throws up. It is great. I don't even.
He should have thrown up on the.
That might have been a real drunk guy.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. He should have threw up in the back seat though.
That would have been great. Police department. Oh, the cops are here. They're fucking bringing beer. That's badass. Miller Lite, little product placement action.
Yeah, they really put some money in this movie. She gets out. She wants to join.
Phil's like, this is completely irresponsible. None of these children are of age. All the bad guys in this movie are right.
Right? It's a complete flip. And I'm pretty sure he's part of the Kingsmen.
Yes. He's definitely put on your glasses. We have your mission. Robert Downey Jr. doing some tech shit. Fucking with Oingo.
Sounds like the Ultron sound.
Yeah, and Danny Elfman did the soundtrack for Age of Ultron, so you think they had a little reunion. It was a little back to the school reunion there.
Cool, they had a little moment where they all come back after the battle, and Uncle Bingo's playing there.
Singing in the fucking...
And Tony's like, this feels familiar. I love that line. I love that line. What's a bath without bubbles? Hey, Bubbles, get on over here.
Now, it's always bugged me not really bugged me, it's entertained me. Is he performing oral sex to these girls when she walks in?
Yes.
Okay.
But, for medical reasons.
Medical reasons?
She might be a college student.
He's doing something down there.
I don't think he was.
Oh, God. Which is even worse. That's the Lannister way out. Say hello to my niece.
They're my nieces. He's been drinking the same beer for like 2 nights. That's what I hate about that scene, because you could tell it's empty and he like keeps drinking out of it.
Yeah.
She's looking good right here. You should just throw his glasses and grab her and say, let's go. Let's leave it all.
Go complete asshole.
I have to get some thicker shoes, but we'll be good.
Now, the bad guy is confronting him here. And your boy is like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
What are you doing? It's cold out here. I mean, we barely got anything on. And then he punches him.
I mean, it's his opposite of Peter Parker here. Billy Zalka's like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Billy Zalka's the hero?
I know. That's the funny thing.
It's so funny. Typically, it's completely the other way around.
Maybe
the bad guy sees the guy talking to his girlfriend, knocks the
I never
guy
really
out.
realized that, like how reversed these roles are.
Because on paper, you're thinking, okay, he has the nerdy son. He's going to teach him how to be cool. No, he's not. He doesn't need to teach him how to be cool. He's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
And a bit of a dick. There is no NASA anymore, kids. NASA was a thing that...
This is the only reason why we got anything now. Computers,
NASA.
cell phones.
No such
But
thing
we
anymore,
decided
kids.
not to fund that.
Fuck that.
We don't need that.
Make more phones and more reality television shows.
He's really the dick in this movie. You don't talk to your father like that.
Happier when I was miserable.
That's Dangerfield, man. Just wants you to be happy.
I mean, his paper went into a leather-bound fucking...
Yeah. I used to do shit like that. You know what I used to do? I used to get the plastic with the plastic binder that you throw on the... You know, and then,
oh, you went classy.
Yeah, well, I got yelled at once. The teacher yelled at me. He's like, they put the goddamn things on all the time. He goes, you know how a pain in the ass that is to grade your paper with all that shit on it?
What a weird...
Oh, he was pissed. Because everyone would put like a paper clip on it. They would even put, you know, an actual staple through it. And I would have this whole binding done. That was the last time I ever did that. Just to give me extra points, man.
How the fuck does Robert Downey Jr. know that Dean Martin wants to see him right away?
It's like he's walking by and he's like, I'm sure you know him.
Hey, Tony Stark, come over here. Let me talk to you. Tell that Thornton Mellon to come see me. And again, all of it is true. None of this.
No, he's not saying, "Hey."
They're not framing.
I heard you were going down on
they're
some
not
college
framing-
students.
Technically,
Should,
he
yeah.
should be expelled. This is not a frame up. Thornton Mellon hired fuckers to do his homework for him. Love how he just straight up in his face lies in his face.
I'm satisfied.
The hero. ladies
I'm
and
satisfied.
gentlemen.
I'm outraged.
Cheats on his homework, lies about it, and spoiler alert, gets away with it.
Oh, he does. The rich will always win.
The rich win. That's the whole theme of this movie. The rich will always win. Hard work is for fucking pansies.
I like how he pets his ear right there. That's kind of strange.
Reserved for Thornton Mellon. Lou got to put some fucking fear of God in him.
You know what he smells like right now? A mixture of like bourbon and pine sol.
Oh God, got to be some cigar
Yeah.
smoke on there. Like you know, he has some crumbs from a sandwich in that
Ugh.
coat. Guaranteed. I'll put through a wall. See, I would love to see Lou's kids. One of his kids is Andrew Dice Clay. Guaranteed.
Oh!
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 Daddy!
Grow some fucking balls, kid. You got it made. You had the girl, you threw her away. Your father's making another fucking sandwich.
Fucking his sandwiches are amazing, by the way. Coca-Cola product placement. And a very modern looking can, by the way.
It's a big can of mayonnaise.
I love this line. Who knows where they'll kick me?
What, last night?
You mean 25
Don't act like
hours
it was
ago?
years ago. I like that little smile right there.
Danny Elfman now off his rocker with this montage scene here. 80s means montage, and this is one of the greatest ones.
Because how did he get here? He got here with hard work. So how is he going to finish it? With hard work.
Do we miss the part where he reconciles with the teacher?
No.
I think he just reconciled with her because she's in this montage helping him.
I thought they came after.
Oh,
I thought it came after.
Maybe I jumped in.
You could be
Love
right.
this.
I don't know.
Love this where he's trying to read the book in the shower.
She might help him, or does she help him just because she's a teacher and he's a student?
No, they're on a date, and she's reading to right here. She's reading in his ear.
Yeah.
And he's reading another book on the other side.
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, I remember them. I was like, when did they reconcile?
Is there a scene?
I mean, he did talk to her after when she gave him the failing grade, but then maybe I guess that was it. I love this. He's doing it like a fucking shot.
Damn. I should try that.
That's real. Hell no. I tell you one thing, it will wake you the fuck up.
It doesn't wake you up.
You're dead.
I love how this is shot. Yeah.
I think we really like the way this was shot.
No one understood how this was shot. But yet it's so simple.
It's very easy. Very 80s. It essentially singles out the character that you want to center on.
Yeah, it makes him feel, alone and by himself and
against the world. So when he turns the tables on this big, how would you call it?
The console threat. Slime ball.
I love how this whole thing.
He's on trial.
It's a trial, yes. But the answer is the simplest answer ever. Like, if you just think about, like, if you would have got it wrong, if let's say you would have said, like, 752, and he's like, no, the answer is 4. I've been so fucking angry if that was the answer.
Right? Because he underestimates him.
Yes. We should break you into 57 pieces. See how is the answer to that?
Wow, it's a comedy, my friend. 4.
I want that cardigan or jacket, whatever.
It's pretty badass. It's a piece of cake.
When you look up sarcasm in the dictionary,
Yeah.
that clip plays for you. Again, the giant woman and the little man.
Is it raining outside?
Looks like it. And again, okay, this is another scene that's going to play completely opposite to 80s trope. The girl is with the guy. She, again, towers over him like a fucking giraffe.
That can't be overlooked, though.
It's weird. And then they're gonna make out. The bad guy sees this, and does he attack them? No. He just leaves. It's like...
He's like, I tried.
Fuck it, I guess. He's just a good guy, this Billy
No,
Zap.
he is the good guy.
The guy punched me yesterday. You think he gets some revenge on that?
Well, he feels bad for him. He's got to be on his tippy toes to fucking kiss her.
Gotta get an apple box to get next to this girl. But I remember watching this. I'm like, something's odd about this. Why is it odd? Like, it's like he's looking at his. It's like he's kissing his mom because he's so small.
She's like holds him. Look at that. She's like
cradle me.
holding him.
Like, here he goes. Zapka sees this. Does he interrupt? Does he do anything? No, he's
Well,
just
he's stunned just like we are. Like, how could he get that high up to her mouth? Did he jump onto a bench nearby?
He's on fucking stilts. I think I'm going to start using this line too. When anybody asks me a difficult question, I'm going to say, 4?
4?
The answer is 4? Sam Kinison, the great Sam Kinison again.
Say it! He could have been a dick and said no. Right.
Right. You kind of get the climax right out of the way because you think he'd be the last
Yeah,
guy.
that they would wait for him.
Now, this may be one of the greatest moments. A lot of these moments are one of the greatest. There's so many great moments here. But Rodney Dangerfield reading this speech.
Yeah,
I think I first heard it in here. What was that Danny DeVito movie when he's in a military school? He's like a teacher at a military academy. And they use this same speech. But I always remember it from this movie. Oh,
Danny DeVito in the military?
Danny DeVito was a teacher. I think Stacey Dash is in it. He's like it's kind of like a play on Dead Poet Society where he kind of goes into this military academy. He teaches these military students about poetry and stuff, and they read this same speech. Oh, God, it's going to bother me now.
I mean, I've heard it before. I don't know. I don't remember that movie.
But that's I got.
I must be thinking of a different film.
Point is, every time I hear this speech, I only think of this movie and that movie, I guess. But this is the first one I go to. Is he kills this speech?
I mean, Danny DeVito. Could you imagine him trying to kiss her? Because he's only 5. He's 5 foot.
It'd be fucking. You get a fucking stepladder. Jesus, he was the midget in the fucking photo that fucking he had with his wife.
He's the midget.
Renaissance Man is the name of the movie.
Oh, yes.
I don't take shit from no one. Great delivery by Rodney.
Renaissance Man, yeah. His name is Bill in that movie, and Ed Begley's in it, right?
Ed Begley, yeah.
Stacey
And
Dash.
do you have an answer for me why Lou is wearing?
No, but I would like to speculate that possibly he murdered somebody right before.
It took it from him.
Remember his trigger finger.
That's
I
true.
believe that was
That is true.
the foreshadowing. He is a commie.
And this girl that's hanging with him, whose girlfriend is that? Is that Lou's girlfriend?
I would say Lou's, man. You know he's a sick fuck.
Yeah, it's true. Because she looks like she's about 8 years old.
She does.
She looks like Nancy Callahan before she grew up to be Jessica Alba.
It'd be great if he blinded that guy and he went off the wrong end and then fell on the concrete.
Died.
You just heard crushing.
Robert Downey Jr. is responsible for the deaths of. I mean, she has been unwaveringly in love with this guy for the entire film.
She's with me. I like how he says that.
It does nothing. It's like an empty threat. It's nothing. He fucks up this dive right here. It's almost like if you rewind, it's not like he.
I mean, the only time he's a dick is when he talks to him like that. But at the same time,
like Ralph Macchio wouldn't have a problem with this guy. He'd be like, whatever. He doesn't like me, but he's not gonna do shit. He's not gonna fight me. He's not gonna.
He's just gonna jump off a diving board.
See, who is this girl in the middle? She's just there. Is that his daughter? Is that a deleted scene where we?
Lou's daughter. She seems of importance because of the way she's positioned
there
in the shot. She's in the middle there.
Why cheerleaders at a diving competition? Do cheerleaders go to diving competitions? No. I've never been to a diving competition, so I would.
I want to go with no. I'm going to go that nobody would be in that audience if it was a diving competition.
It's true. It would be like 17 people.
Hey, you guys going to a diving competition? What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? It's cold outside.
Chaz Bono.
I never knew what that joke meant when I saw this movie the first time, and I was just like, "What? Why is he telling him to go fuck off?" I didn't understand that joke. I didn't know what menstrual meant.
Yes, children.
Children menstrual
every month.
Female condition.
The body washes itself, cleanses itself.
So
of a horror,
calling him a woman.
Calling him a vagina.
Yes.
Did she just? Oh no, that's okay. I thought it was that mystery chick put her hand on Lou's shoulder.
She did. She put it on.
No, I think it was what's her name's 5'11" girl.
Really? She's not sitting by them.
I don't think she was, but in that scene, I think she was. Continuity issue, I believe.
Continuity.
Because that chick was blonde, right? I think that was in the middle there.
No, she's got brown hair.
Not what's her name, but the random chick.
Yeah, random chick got brown hair. She looks like
she
Yardley Smith from The Simpsons.
Maybe that was her.
I think that was her. Yeah.
Shit! Why was her hand on his shoulder?
I'm telling you. I think
these are the questions that we are asking. The important questions.
He's banging that little girl. He's banging Yardley Smith. He's.
I don't know if I like this movie anymore. That's kind of disgusting.
He's banging Lisa Simpson.
It's amazing that the oldest guy in this movie is still alive.
Who, Emmett Walsh?
Yeah. It's impossible, random guy.
Who the fuck was that?
Random mustache guy number 1.
Ron Popeil.
It's impossible.
And tells him
Thank you for asking me. I just needed a line to get into this union.
Now I have a SAG card. GLU, Great Lakes University. Never would have guessed this. Never would have remembered what university it was. Great Lakes University Hooters.
Is that a real Great Lakes?
No. Hell no. Hell no.
It's my loans. It's my student loans. Shit, it all comes back around.
Triple Lindy, great ridiculousness here.
Great form right there.
I like that.
Oh, it turned into a guy with black hair right there.
The Triple Lindy involves hair dye, and then the re-dye hair dye, and then if somebody really did this dive,
this would be incredible.
Like, I'm looking at that. Yeah, how many YouTube hits this would get? This would get like a billion YouTube hits.
Anyone that does it would be paralyzed right away if they failed. Look, she's going with him.
Who the fuck is that?
I think it's Robert Downey Jr.'s
his
girl.
What?
I don't know. I don't know why they keep showing this mustache random guy number 1 though.
This fucking painter. I'm gonna put a tree right here. Yeah, because I like it. It's a black diver. How did you notice that?
Yeah, he was there. They're holding hands.
Who the fuck?
Did you see that?
Was that the girl at the bar though?
It might have been. I've seen her before. Oh my god! Now I'm gonna have to rewind this. I've seen her before. Unless it was at the party. It had to be at the bar.
I think she was the girl at the bar when he goes, "Lovely girls."
That's fucking disgusting.
She's like 12 years old.
He's like 60. He's out of college. Like, he's not even supposed to be there. He's not even a student there.
Wrong in many levels. And we reached the graduation ceremony. I love Robert Downey Jr. smoking on the largest cigar ever.
It's a great.
And a good thing
great
about this
speech.
is that he's graduating. I guess he only had a couple classes to complete to graduate because I guess he went to college, but he never completed college. How many years have passed since that diving competition? Because his son is not graduating. His son is wearing regular clothing.
Yeah, now he's the one. Because he started late.
Yeah. Great advice he's giving them here. Let them worry.
That guy with the glasses. I never got that.
I always remember him, though.
Yeah, it's a staple in my head. It's like somebody owed him a favor. Just throw him in there.
He looks like a little Jai Courtney. He got a little Jai Courtney to him. And that is Back to School. For Estelle, thanks so much. One of my favorite college movies, Robert Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield. I don't even know what the fuck's happening anymore.
Don't worry. If you turn into Burt Young, you can just pick up college chicks randomly.
I mean, one of the most unsung things about this movie is that Burt Young picked up a 12-year-old girl.
Have you noticed that before? Is this the first time you noticed that?
I never noticed that.
No, this is the first time I've noticed it. I mean, I've watched this film a lot.
Maybe 50 times. Never noticed a girl that Burt Young is banging who's 12 years old.
Fantastic film. I find it underrated, but now I don't know.
Now I think it's promoting statutory rape.
I'm concerned for the safety of the children.
Jesus. Anyway, if I had to compare, I think this kind of still holds up a little bit. You can watch this now and still get stuff from it, even though they really speed through the college stuff. A lot of these college movies from the 80s, they don't really hold up as well as this one. I think that's maybe why this lasts in my brain longer than stuff like that. Old School is essentially trying to, I don't want to say replicate.
You know what's funny? I think Old School shows, I love Old School, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it shows its age more than this, because the reason why this film is so fun to watch is Dangerfield.
Yeah.
You have this one guy who just steals the show. And, I mean, Will Ferrell does a lot of that in Old School too, but it's more forceful, where this is, you could tell the guy's having fun, and he just throws out these zingers that just go a long way.
Well, Justin, you're a great podcast friend. You really seem to care. About what? I have no idea.
Oh, what a setup. You had me going there.
Yeah.
You had me going there.
For Lou's underage girl and Robert Downey Jr.'s hairpiece, I'm apparently nice Billy Zabka saying, why is everything bad happening to me? I'm actually a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. I just cramps once in a while.
What the hell, man? Jane Joyce, my favorite writer. She's my favorite writer. Oh boy. Now I'm really, really worried. Why is Lou with this girl?
All right, I googled it. I'm on.
Are we wikiing
the
this?
girl next to Lou. Does anyone know the actress that plays the girl sitting next to Lou? She used to be his girlfriend. I was wondering the same thing.
You're lying. That's
then I thought, nah, she was just an open-minded girl who liked having unusual friends.
Fuck. Unusual friends.
After Thornton does the triple Lindy, everyone runs up to congratulate him, and she and Lou are holding hands. Look like his girlfriend. Moved to me. I know. I saw this again on the big screen this past week. I've seen this like a million times and never noticed it until then.
Never noticed
Remember?
it.
She's one of the two girls Thornton invites over to sit with them at the bar.
I told
scene
you,
early in the
one of the bar chicks.
My vote is a girlfriend. She just likes the older men.
Older?
Talk about older men.
I mean, this is like John Hardigan, Nancy Callahan. I'm telling you. But John Hardigan, Nancy Callahan when she's 11. Not John Hardigan, Nancy Callahan when she's 19.
Yeah, nah, she was like 8. She's probably barely 18 in this movie.
Still a virgin and still alive. Thanks to you. I'm going to write you letters. I'm gonna go under Cordelia. Oh God. Way to bring it down, Justin.